Hello and greetings to everyone. We will continue from where we ended last time with arithmetic operations on fractions. Arithmetic operations on fractions. We're going to see how to add any two fractions, how to subtract any two fractions, how to multiply, and how to divide any given fractions. Take the first one, addition. I take the first hyphen by the margin to add any two fractions a over b and c over d. We have these two fractions, they are vulgar fractions. We have a over b plus c over d. First thing, we are going to find the LCM of the denominators of the two fractions. The LCM will simply be, take b times z gives us bd. Bd divided by b, we divide bd by d. B will cancel b, we'll be left with d. D times a gives us dA. But we are respecting the alphabetical order. We know the letter A comes before the letter D, so this will be the same as ED. This will give us ED. We bring down the operation sign, which is addition, plus BD divided by D gives us B. B times C gives us BC. Then we can simplify. Let's take an example, e.g. Let's add the fractions. 2 over 7 plus 3 over 7. This is I. First example. We find the LCM of the denominators. 7, the LCM of 7 and 7 is simply 7. 7 divided by 7 remains, gives us 1. 1 times 2, 2. Plus 7 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. But this will simply be equal to 2 plus 3 gives us 5 all over 7. This will be the result. So you will simply see that for us to add two fractions having a common denominator, we will simply maintain the denominator, then we add the numerators. Now let's take 2i. The second example, we need to add the fractions 4 over 11 plus 1/3. First thing, we need to start by finding the LCM of their denominators. The LCM will simply be 11 times 3, which is 33. 33 divided by 11 gives us 3. 3 times 4, 12, plus 33 divided by 3 gives us 11. 11 times 1, 11. This will simply be equal to 12 plus 11 gives us 23 all over 33. This will be our final answer. We take now the next hyphen by the margin to add any two mixed fractions. So mixed fractions a and b over c and the mixed fraction d e over f, we start by adding the whole number parts before adding the proper fractional parts. That is, when you see this IE as such, it stands for that is, we have to add these two mixed fractions, E and D over C plus D and E over F. First thing, for us to get the whole number part, we are going to start by adding their whole number parts. The whole number parts of the two fractions, E plus D. This will be the whole number part. We draw our vinculum. We find the LCM of the denominators. We are simply going to take C times F, gives us CF. CF divided by C gives us F. We are going to multiply by the numerator, which is B. F times B gives us BF. Bring down the operation sign, which is addition. CF divided by F gives us C. C times E gives us CE. Let's take an example on this. E.g., we have to add the two mixed fractions, 2.5 and 3 and 2/5. First thing, for us to get the whole number part, we are going to take 2 plus 3. We draw our vinculum. We find the LCM of their denominators. The LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. 5 times 1 remains 5. We bring down the equation sign, which is addition. 10 divided by 5 gives us 2. 2 times 2 gives us 4. This will simply be equal to 2 plus 3 gives us 5. 5 plus 4 gives us 9 over 10. So the answer will simply be 5 and 9 all over 10. Next, another is under this hyphen, another way of adding two mixed fractions is to convert, that means to change the mixed fractions to improper fractions, carry out the addition. You carry out the addition as such. Carry out the addition of the two improper fractions to obtain an answer. The answer you obtain will be an improper fraction. And then Convert means you change your answer back to a mixed fraction. This is another way of doing it. Now let's take an example on this. E.g., we have to add the following mixed fractions: 3 and 2/5 plus 5 and a half. This will simply be equal to, we are going to convert these mixed fractions to improper fractions. 5 times 3 gives us 15. 15 plus 2 gives us 17 all over 5 plus 2 times 5 gives us 10. 10 plus 1 gives us 11 all over 2. Next step, we have to find the LCM of their denominators. The LCM will simply be 5 times 2, which is 10. 10 divided by 5 gives us 2. 2 times 17 gives us 34. We bring on the operation sign, which is addition. 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. 5 times 11 gives us 55. Next step, we have to add 34 plus 55 gives us 89 all over 10. Next, now we have to convert 89 over 10 to a mixed fraction. We know if you divide 89 by 10, the whole number part will simply be 8, remainder 9. The 9 which is a remainder is to be divided by 10. So this will be our answer. 8 and 9 all over 10. We go now to 2i, which is subtraction. Subtraction of fractions. Subtraction of fractions is similar to addition of fractions. Let's take a small I by the margin. For example, if you had to subtract these two fractions, a over b minus c over d, first thing we need to start by finding the LCM. LCM of the denominators, this will give us bd. bd divided by b gives us d. d times a gives us ed. We bring down the operation, which is minus. bd divided by d gives us b. b times c gives us bc. Then we simplify. Let's take an example, e.g., we take a half minus 1 over 9. The LCM of 2 and 9 is simply 18. 18 divided by 2 gives us 9. 9 times 1, 9. We bring down the operation sign, which is minus. 18 divided by 9 gives us 2. 2 times 1 is 2. This will be equal to 9 minus 2 gives us 7 over 18. This will be the answer. Go now to 2i. We have two mixed fractions, a and b over c minus d and e over f. We have to subtract these two mixed fractions such that they are proper fractional parts, such that b over c is greater than e over f. For us to subtract these two fractions, first thing, we are going to start by subtracting their whole number parts. We are going to take a minus c. We draw our vinculum. We find the LCM of their denominators. the LCM of C and F is simply CF. CF divided by C gives us F. F times B gives us BF. Bring down the equation sign, which is minus. CF divided by F gives us C. C times E gives us CE. We can simplify. Let's take an example, e.g. we take 5 and 1/3 minus 3 and 1/6. This will simply give us, we need to start by subtracting their whole number parts. This will give us 5 minus 3, such. Draw of inequilibrium. The LCM of 3 and 6 is 6. 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. 2 times 1, 2. Minus 6 divided by 6 gives us 1. 1 times 1 is 1. This will simply be equal to 5 minus 3 gives us 2. The whole number part will be 2. 2 minus 1 gives us 1 over 6. So the answer will simply be 2 and 1/6. In this case, we are making use of this because 1/3, which is the proper fractional part of the first fraction, is greater than 1/6, which is the proper fractional part of the second fraction. Now, in a case where the proper fractional part of the first fraction is less than the proper fractional part of the second fraction, we are going to change the two mixed fractions to improper fractions. Then we carry out the subtraction. After carrying out the subtraction, then we change the answer to a mixed fraction. Now let's take this one. We have A and B over C minus D E over F, such that B over C is less than E over F. First thing, we are going to change the two mixed fractions to improper fractions. So this will give us, let's write them down again. This will simply be equal to C times A gives us AC plus B over C minus, we need to change this other fraction, F times D gives us DF plus E all over F. So now we have to subtract two improper fractions. We need to start by finding their LCM. The LCM will simply be CF. Take CF divided by C gives us F. We have to multiply F by this numerator. This will give us AC plus B times F. Bring down the operation sign, which is minus. CF divided by F gives us C. We have to multiply the numerator, which is DF plus E by C. Let's take an example, e.g. we have 10 and 1/3 minus 8 and a half. You see that 1/3 is less than a half. In this case, we must change the two mixed fractions to improper fractions. So this will simply be equal to 3 times 10 gives us 30 plus 1, then 31 all over 3 minus 2 times 8 gives us 16 plus 1, 17 all over 2. Next, we have to find the LCM of the denominators. 3 times 2 gives us 6. 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. 2 times 31 gives us 62 minus 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. Next, we have to multiply 17 by 3, which gives us 51. Next thing we have to subtract. We are going to take 62 minus 51, which gives us 11 over 6. Next, we have to convert 11 over 6 to a mixed fraction. We know if you divide 11 by 6, the whole number part will simply be 1, remainder 5, which is to be divided by 6. So our answer will simply be 1 and 5 all over 6. We go now to 3, which is multiplication. Take the first hyphen to multiply any two fractions a over b and c over d, we have a over b times c over d. This will simply be equal to, we are going to multiply the numerators, a times c, then we multiply the denominators, b times d. Let's take an example, e.g. if you have to multiply 3 over 4 by 5 all over 7, this will give us 3 times 5 all over 4 times 7, which is simply equal to 3 times 5 gives us 15 all over 4 times 7 gives us 28. So our answer will simply be 15 on 28. We take now the next hyphen to multiply any two mixed fractions convert, that means you change the mixed fractions to improper fractions and then carry out the multiplication of the two improper fractions to obtain an improper fraction. Full stop. Convert your answer, that means the improper fraction, back to a mixed fraction. Let's take an example, e.g. we have to multiply 2 and 1/3 by 3 and 4/5. First thing, we need to start by converting these two mixed fractions to improper fractions. 3 times 2 gives us 6 plus 1, 7. Is 7 over 3 times 5 times 3 gives us 15 plus 4, 19 all over 5. This will simply be equal to, we are going to multiply the numerators, 7 times 19 over 3 times 5. This will simply be equal to 7 times 19 gives us 133 over 15. We need to convert this improper fraction to a mixed fraction. We know 133 divided by 15 gives us the whole number part of 8, remainder 13 just to be divided by 15. The answer will simply just be 8 and 13 all over 15. We go now to IV, which is division. We take the first hyphen to divide any two fractions, any two vulgar fractions, A over B and C over D, comma, we have take A over B, we divide by C over D. This will simply be equal to, we are going to maintain the first fraction, A over B. We change the division sign to multiplication. Then we invert the second fraction. Inverting the second fraction simply means the denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator becomes the denominator. Then we multiply them. So this will simply be equal to A times D for the numerator over B times C. After performing the multiplication, if in case you can further simplify the fractions to put them in the simplest form, then you can proceed in doing that. We take an example, e.g. 2 over 11. We have to divide the two fractions, 2 over 11 and 1/3. This will simply be equal to 2 over 11. We maintain the first fraction. We change division to multiplication. Here we invert the second fraction. 3 goes up, 1 comes down. So this will give us 2 times 3 over 11 times 1. This will simply be equal to 6 over 11. This will be the result. We take now the next hyphen to divide any two mixed fractions, convert them, that means we change the mixed fractions to improper fractions. Convert them to improper fractions and carry out the division. Carry out the division as seen above to obtain an answer. So after carrying out the division, if in case you obtain an improper fraction, then you convert the result, the improper fraction, to a mixed fraction. Let's take an example, e.g. we take 3 and 1/5 divided by 1 1/2. This will simply be equal to 5 times 3 gives us 15. 15 plus 1, 16 over 5 divided by 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, 3 over 2. We know this will simply be equal to, we are going to maintain the first fraction, 16 over 5. We change the division to multiplication, then we invert the second fraction. 2 goes up, 3 comes down. This will simply be equal to 16 times 2 over 5 times 3, which will simply be equal to 32 over 15, which will be equal to, we need to convert the improper fraction 32 over 15 to a mixed fraction. We know if we divide 32 by 15, the whole number part will be 2, remainder 2, which is to be divided by 15. So this will be our answer. Now we are going to take exercise for application. Exercises for application. Calculate the following. First one for E, we have a half plus 2 feet. For D, 4 feet minus 1/3. C, we have 6 over 11 times 4 over 5. D, we have 4 over 9 divided by 2 over 3. Now to E. E, we have 4 and 9 over 10 plus 2 and 1 feet plus 6 and 1/3. F, we have 2 plus 3 and a half. G, we have 4 and 1/4 minus 2 and 3/7. H, we have 1 and a half of 4 and a half. I, we have 6 over 11 times 2 over 3 of 8 and 1/4. We go now to G. G, we have 4 over 9 divided by 12. Now to K. K, we have 4 and 2/3 divided by 3 and a half. Next, we are going to start by correcting this exercise for application before we move into the next thing, which is applying board mass. Like the video, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching.